Hey, Andy, Jamie, how's your Thursday?
Hey, Scott. Great. Thank you, buddy. Jamie, how are you?
Hey, happy Thursday to everybody. Thanks for popping in.
All right. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us today. This is the Trading Studio. My name is Andy, and that other guy you heard was Jamie. We're both here in the hot Texas. Boy, it finally got hot here. It took a while, but it came on with a vengeance.
Yeah,
Hello,
hey,
Mike.
it's just a
All
nice
right.
temperate 100 degrees. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it is Texas. We expect it to start Denver, that's for sure. So. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining us today. Let's dive straight into it. First, let's go over. Okay, everything that we do today is for educational purpose. You at Cool Software. Some of you maybe for the first time. We're going to be talking about some ideas and some setups and things like that. But nothing should be construed as investment advice. That is not our purpose here. If you are seeking that, you want to look for a stockbroker or an RIA, somebody that has a license to legally give you that information. All right, let's dive into the support education. We know it's a very strong software, and it's our job to let you know that we're here to help you. Okay, we're not going to leave you hanging. We got tons of tutorials on our YouTube page, just hours of content on there where you can learn the software. And I know a lot of people are impatient. They just want to come in here and get something and go. But if you're looking to make profits, and a lot of you are looking to maybe start a trading career, obviously in any business you dive into, okay, you want to take the turn. You want to get the right tools. You want to learn those tools. Well, it's not different with trading. It's probably even more so because the trade ideas can be a great tool to help you profit in the marketplace, but you need to spend some time and learn it. But we're here to help you with that learning curve for sure. We have a trader's room that probably most of you have been in. It's moderated by Barry, who's a great trader and a very good moderator, and he keeps the room really neat and tidy. And great place to ask questions too. He'll focus on trading maybe the first couple of hours, and then he likes to talk about the software if anybody has any questions. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Also, these afternoon webinars, we encourage interaction. Okay, you have questions, just drop them in the questions panel. We'll get to them. We do usually have content to present, but we can still get to your questions. Jamie will be keeping an eye on that for most of the day. And we have these webinars every Monday through Thursday at 5 Eastern time, okay? And if that's not enough, we have a support webinar every Monday through Friday at 12 Eastern time. Hopefully you can make that. It's a live stream on our YouTube. Scott will show you a page at the end where you can access that. But be sure if you have used that 1 hour during the middle of the day to come in and learn more about the software. All right, and speaking of learning how to trade, I can't think of a better way than using our simulated trader. It is what we call Brokerage Plus, and it's a great way for you to test your trading skills, your strategies, your portfolio management. You do not need any broker connection, okay? You don't need to fund an account. All you have to have is at least a standard version of trade ideas. So put that to use. If you're new to trading, honestly, guys, I'd probably spend at least 3 or 4 months on that paper trader. Learning to trade at no cost, basically. I mean, I shouldn't say no cost. Obviously, there's opportunity cost, and as taught for the software. But if you're going to make mistakes, make them, free of charge as far as your trading losses go. Eventually, you will have to dive in and put real money on the line, but learn how to trade on the simulator. All right, the agenda for today. Okay, we're going to go over the market recap, and I'll handle that. Then I'll turn it over to Jamie. Not a whole lot going on in Holly today, so that section's gonna be briefed by Jamie. That's okay. It'll give us more time to answer your questions, and also move on to our next topic because we're gonna build an alert together. Because it's always nice to be prepared in the market, and for those who don't mind shorting, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build actually a top list, and maybe we'll convert it into alert. That'll be fun to do. So we'll build a top list, and we're going to look, and we're going to do this. I do not have this saved in the cloud. We're going to do this together. We're going to look for stocks that's had a big move, okay, that could be getting tired, and then we're going to short on weakness. So we're going to kind of work together and build this, and it should be fun. And for those of you guys that are new, you'll see all the cool stuff you can do with trade ideas. All right, let me back out here and let's pull up the SPY chart. If I can get my mouse to work, there we go. All right, and not going to spend a whole lot of time on the market recap today. Let's first pull up the SPY chart here, and let's take a look at where we are kind of in, and I think I brought this up last week. If we draw a horizontal line at our current price, we are going to see that we have a little congestion. You can see it going back to yesterday's high right here. All right, we got a couple of lows right here, which was a gap fill. Not really a gap, that actually sold off that day. But anyway, you can see the pivot line going all the way back to last November, that would be. Let's stretch out and see if it even goes back further. Not too much. Okay, so that's mostly, but I would consider that a pivot point. You got lots of areas. You got right here, 1, 2, and then you got 1, 2, 3 dates right there. Got a couple that came close right there. So enough for me to call this a pivot point. And so we're gonna focus on that to see if we can take out this 2-day high tomorrow. And we'll see. The market could be getting a little bit. It's come a long ways. Okay, it's due a pullback. That doesn't necessarily mean it is. Qs showed a little bit more weakness today in the Qs. Of course, they have come a long way, tickled all-time highs today. That was the all-time high going back to February. Okay, tickled it and then sold off and then bounced at the close to form kind of a spinning top right here. Sorry, I don't have my Epic pen on my laptop here, but sorry about that. So, and Jamie, just feel free to interrupt me if you have any questions out there. But there's our spinning top, so we'll have to see where we go from here. Are we going to kind of go sideways and then take out this high from today, or are we going to move back? Okay, there's a couple of ways to consolidate. We can pull back, or we can consolidate over time and just go sideways. Up until this point, boy, we've been holding this fast line, the 10-period moving average, pretty well, going back to the 1st of last month. Tried to dip below it a couple of times here and bounce back above it. Another one right there, another one right there. So could be looking maybe to test this tomorrow again, see if we can break it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But boy, it's a bullish tape. It's a bullish tape over the last 2.5 months for sure. So for the bears to maybe make an attack on this market, I think we need to get above, below a couple of these moving averages. At least the 10-period would be a starting point. But other than that, there's not a whole lot extra to say. So I'm gonna end it here unless Jamie has something he wants to add.
Manny, I mean, we're all on the same page pretty much here. Now, we all know what everybody's been thinking, right? Including ourselves for a while. They were like, another up day, another up day, another up day. It really, I think, caught everybody a little off guard at how resilient the market has been, especially with the Qs tickling those all-time high tech stocks in the Qs. But interesting out there in the world.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, Jamie, if you want to just take it over and hit on Holly real briefly.
Sure, it's going to be.
We'll have some more fun.
It's going to be short and sweet with Holly today because, well, there just wasn't that much to talk about really. As you can see here, hopefully, only kicking out 2 signals here, basically 2.0 kicking out 4 trades. You can extract some of this spread here between conservative profit and moderate profit. We look over here at conservative profit. Not seeing, tremendous spread here. We got a little bit of spread in TAP, which also just happened to be a really beautiful trade. But we also like to talk about trade arounds. In other words, stocks that got stopped out only to bounce off of those stop areas to not only go back up to the original signal price, but maybe get even green. And you can see here, not a lot of action down here on these two stop outs either. But it's good to see only 2 stops for the day. But having said that, let's just go ahead and take a look at the tap trade, because it was a good trade on several different fronts here. Number one, not a tremendous amount of spread here, but we could just call it, you know, the difference between almost 200 and 300. We'll just call it somewhere in the neighborhood of 33%. And this signal coming a little bit later in the day. Here we have the opening 15-minute candle back here. This signal didn't show up till about 11:45 Central Standard Time, about 12:45 Eastern Time. And really nice on the pullback alert here, even though the strategy was tailwind here. You know, a nice pullback from the top here. AI calls the long at 40.81. We get about 45 minutes of consolidation right here before we get this nice little lift. I mean, I haven't counted these up, but talk about some nice consecutive 15-minute bars there. This little guy kind of ruins the party there, but oh well. It was still a very nice upturn all the way from that signal area where it's put in the high. Then we got the pullback, tailwind signal, the buy signal here. So original signal right here. The shaded area is the time spent in conservative profit mode. All we had to do is make the decision to stay in the trade. Why wouldn't we? In a nice uptrend here. And if we would have held this thing to the close, we could have netted about 33% more than what we're seeing in conservative profit. But what I really like about this one as well is the setup to press or add to the position, which you can see clear as a bell right here. Come back up here, break that opening range, that orb, and then it's off to the races. I mean, this signal on its own was a pretty good signal, but since we're already in it with the AI, this would have been a good time to, you know, add another whatever, double up. If you're in 100, pop another 100 here to enjoy the rest of this up move based on this. What I like. Other than that, you know, don't want to sit up here and, you know, talk about things that didn't happen. I mean, we're just dealing with reality here. And It was just kind of a soft day, and, you know, not a lot going on in the AI, but the shining star as far as the trades go. And tomorrow's Friday, so we'll see what happens. Sometimes they're tame, sometimes they're volatile. With everything that's going on out there, it's a coin flip right now. We'll just have to see. But that's about it for the Holly AI recap today, Andy, unless there's anything you'd like to add.
No, that's okay. She can have these kind of days every now and then. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter what system you're trying to apply. It was just one of those kind of days, but a lot of up and down.
Yeah,
and
if
all
you
around.
go sailing, you need some wind, Andy, and the wind was, well, let's just say we were kind of in the doldrums most of the day.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, if you want to pop it back to me, that's quick.
Sure.
All right, let me get this chart back to where it belongs. Actually, I'm gonna leave it kind of big so we can because we're gonna be looking at daily charts here. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, so we talked about the market coming a long way, and it is kind of overbought on the daily chart. And so what we want to do, we always talk about being prepared. Okay, you want to be prepared for what might. If there is a pullback, it's nice to be prepared. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build an alert. Maybe look, all right, or maybe you're new in here and you can imagine, and that's what we're going to start today by imagining what we're looking for, and then we're going to build it. That's the best way when it comes to building your alerts and top list. Okay, you need to have an image in your head of a chart of what you're looking for. So let's just start right now. First, we're going to build it in a top list form, and then we're going to try to convert it into an A window so we can be alerted in real time when our filters are being met and we can act quickly. All right, so let's just go over here. We're going to launch everything we have here at Trade Ideas. You can launch from the new tab, okay, in the toolbar, okay, everything we have. So we're going to do a top list. All right, now a top list does not have an alert. It's like a scan, okay? It's if you're just want to scan for all the stocks that are meeting certain parameters, you would do it in a top list, okay? Because it doesn't have an alert. So we're going to start from scratch here. All right, didn't get it. There we go. Got to wait till you see that little orange arrow. Tells you you're ready to go. All right, so let's do this. Okay, let's just think in our head. All right, we want to find stocks. You know, some people want a short weakness. Some people want to fade strength. In this case, I have found my years and years of trading experience. A lot of times, you know, when the market has had a move like it's had, a lot of times because there's a lot of free money being thrown out at the economy and in the world right now. Okay, so a lot of times what it used to be back in the good old days, that weak stocks, if they were weak in a strong market, if the market rolled over, it turned and started heading down, those are the ones you wanted to pound on. Not so much the case anymore. You cannot use that rule of thumb. I mean, it seems to me a lot of times money will transfer. In other words, it'll come out of overbought stocks and it'll rotate. It'll rotate into some of these ones that have not been moving. In other words, have been weak all this time. So what we're going to do in this case, we're going to look for stocks who've had a big move. And maybe if we do, you know, get a big down day tomorrow, the following day, we'll be ready to short some of these stocks. So let's do this. Let's just think in our head. All right, we want to look for stocks, and feel free to throw out any suggestions in the questions panel of what you might want to look for. You know, if you were looking to fade a stock that has had a pretty decent move. Okay, the first thing that's coming through my head is I want the stock to be up a certain percent over the last X amount of days. Okay, I thought about using maybe a 10-day or but I don't want to jump into 10-day is not a long enough period for me, because if I'm looking for stocks that move say 20% in 10 days, there still could be some nice momentum behind that. So I don't want to jump in front of a freight train. So I think the best, yeah, ZM. You know, I'm not saying jump in stuff that's a freight train. I'm not sure what it did today, but you know, I think we're going to look for weakness. Okay, and I haven't seen too much in that one lately. Although I did short Facebook today. All right, so we're going to start with 20-day. All right, we're going to come in here and we're going to do position in. And guys, if you're new to the software or you're thinking about join, jot down this. I'm telling you, jot down this position in range. We have tons of them to choose from, and they are very powerful. I use these in pretty much every one of my alerts. Okay. Wait, first of all, I forgot. I'm going to do the change in 20 days. I'll come back to that one. Change in 20 days. There we go. And we are going to add alert. Okay, and we're going to come in here and we are going to put 20%. We want the stock to at least be up 20% over the last 20 days. Okay, that's had a nice move along with the market. Okay, the market hasn't been up not quite that much. Well, geez, it may have. We may have to come back in and go bigger. It depends on how many number we get in here. All right, so let's think now. What else would we want to see? Okay, then we know the stock now is up 20% at least in the last 20 days. Okay, well, I want to see weakness. Okay, I don't want to just jump in front of a freight train like I was saying earlier. So what would show us weakness? All right, well, one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to short a stock that's up on the day. Okay, so we're going to come in here and we're going to go to change from the close. Just type in, you can throw in abbreviations or whatever you want to, and it'll what's coming into your mind, it'll pop it up here. But let's do change from the close, and I just want to make sure it's not up on the day. So easy way to do that is just put a 0 at max. Okay, you can always click on the show me button, see what it says. The price was down from the previous close, so we know it's negative, it's down on the day. Okay, another thing too, if I'm looking to short a stock today, I also want it to be, I don't want it to be up from the open. In other words, if it gapped down, I'm thinking I want to, I think I want it down on from the open as well. So we're going to come in here. It's already in here for me. I'm going to do change from the open. Just do the same thing. I'm going to put a 0 in there. We know it's closed. It's down from the open as well. All right. So we're working on it. We're building on it. So what else might we look for? Okay, if we are looking to short a stock that is up 20% over the last 20 days. Well, I'm thinking in my head, okay, the previous day. All right, I do not want it, I kind of want it possibly breaking, doing a bar reversal. In other words, it's had a nice move and maybe now it's doing a bar reversal, taking out yesterday's low. Well, let's go to that position and range, which I was trying to do too early. Okay, we're going to do position, POSIN, and guys, I love this one right here, position in previous day's range. I use this on bullish alerts, I use it on bearish alerts. You know, it's great to use when you want to see price action taking out or falling below yesterday's range. So we're just going to come in here and put position in previous day's range, and we're going to add this filter. And we are going to put in here, let me explain to you what range we're looking at. We're looking at, every range has a range from 0% being the low end of the range to 100% being the high end. Okay, so if we come in here and we put, let's do 3. Okay, 3% max, and click on our show me button just to check our work. The price is no more than 3% above the low end of this range. Okay, so we know, looking at yesterday's range, okay, that we are near or below yesterday's price. We're not putting a minimum in here, so because it could have already taken out yesterday's low. That's fine. We just want to make sure it's about to take it out or it's below. All right, let's hit the hide unused button. This is a neat little feature that will kind of get rid of all those other filters in there. And I think we're building something here. Change in 20 days, okay. The change from the close is 0. Change from the open is a max 0. And previous day's range 3. So just these filters right here, okay, are going to give us stocks that look pretty interesting. And let's see if I can come up with something else. Let's see, maybe, oh, we got to put some average volume in there and price. We got to put our normal filters, that's true. Let's go in here. You always want to put price range, and let's just do $3 to $50. I don't want to, just kind of keep it simple. Don't want to get too much stuff coming through. And let's do average daily volume. I always put 3 filters I kind of always use in every one of my trades are price range, average daily volume, and usually change from the close. All right, so let's go over here and let's just type in volume. Let's use a 10-day right there, add filter, and we're going to do 300,000. Anything above that's probably tradable. All right, it's looking, let's see what we have here. I think we got some pretty good stuff here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Change. You know what? I do want to add one other one. I want to add, I want to make sure the stock has not pulled back too far over the last like 5 days. In other words, I kind of want to catch these pretty close to the top. Okay, so let's just use change in 5 days. Change in 5 days. And don't worry, people, I will share this with everybody. Change in 5 days percentage. We're going to add filter, and I'm just going to put a 0 in change from 5 days, just to make sure that it hasn't been selling off, you know, in the last 5 days. It could be going sideways, that's fine. I just don't want something that's really pulled back, you know, too hard. All right, let's add some columns. I think we're looking pretty good. Let's add some columns in here now. Okay, we're going to add, definitely want price. Definitely want at least change from the close. I want to see the change in 20 days. I want to see how much it is up over the last 20 days. You can also do the change. Change in 5 days. Let's do a relative volume in there. It's always nice to see the relative volume. And see if there's anything else I'm missing. No, looks pretty good. All right, let's hit OK and see what we got here. All right, we just built a top list, and this is showing us all the stocks that are meeting our filter set. Try to make these columns big enough for you to see. And let me pull it down here. Let's give this a name. Configure, and go to summary, and we're going to name this, let's call it Getting hired with a question mark, because we're not sure. I mean, it's hard, you know, you don't want to try picking too many tops, but at least in this scenario, okay, there we're seeing intraday weakness. All right, let's just kind of scroll through some of these and see what we have here. Well, that one is kind of wonky because of the huge gap up. You know, I have to pay attention to that. There's one today. You can see the nice big move it's had. Look right here. You can see it's up 67% over the last 20 days. All right. That'd have been nice if you'd have saw that this morning. Yeah, could have shorted that one right there, kind of rode down that momentum. CLDR, that's another one, although it kind of gapped down, so that may have been tough. And look at there, that was a Holly play today. Or was it? Yes, it was. And you can see there in conservative profit, it made a profit. So wow, we picked up a Holly trade. There you go, there you have it. You know, the stock has gone from $2 all the way, it's doubled. It's doubled. We had some weakness today, took out that, look at that right there, 2 rejection wicks, and took out that low. That would have been a nice short right there around 375, and could have rode it all the way down to around 346. Now, beautiful one right there. Check that out. So remember, guys, we didn't have this wasn't a big down day in the market, okay? This market was basically going sideways, okay, slopping around. But you can see the opportunity. That is a beautiful one right there. Okay, so let's see if we got some more of this. So far, so good. And I'm getting a little bit slow. I can see my internet getting a little bit slow, so bear with me. This one had a nice move, even though it was up over the last 5 days, because the last 5 days ago back there, it was still have been a nice little trade there. There's one that bounced back, gave you about 50 cents worth of move, and then bounced back at the close, it looks like. Let me get a little 15-minute chart over here too, so we can kind of see what happened on the 15-minute chart. There we go. That one, once again, very much like the last one, it did sell off, giving you a little opportunity here, but it did bounce back. PD, I think this one had earnings after the bell, but once again, beautiful little trade right there. Once it broke down right there. Look at all that alpha, guys, before it bounced. $2 in alpha right there. This one tried, but just never couldn't get any steam going. There's one that would have paid nicely had you caught it in the morning. Now, what we're going to do here coming up next is we are going to convert this into an A window. Okay, so maybe we can catch these in real time instead of having them just go through a top list. I think this is going to work better with an alert added to it. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Another good one right there. And for those who are so bold and like short selling, these could be some great swing trades. All right, you've had huge momentum. A lot of these you're seeing are up over 30%, 60%. I'm not encouraging you to go jump in front of a train and hold on to a stock. But if those who are good short sellers and not afraid, to hold shorts overnight, this would be a pretty darn good looking alert so far. What I'm seeing. There's another great one right there. Nokia looks like the start of something right there. Look at that huge move down from $3 up here. Broke today a little bit, not too much there, but could be some continuation. All right, I think there's some good dark cloud cover right there, which could continue maybe a downdraft to the $6. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. If you're on top of things and catching some of these big movers, even if you're not, going to hold it and swing trade it, I mean, these could be some really good day trades if you're into short selling. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this and we're going to convert it into a window. After I get a drink of water. All right, it's very easy to do. Okay, we're going to convert this into an A window. Okay, so what we want to do is use the feature called collaborate. So we're going to right click and we're going to collaborate. You know what, let me do this before, so I don't make sure. I'm going to save and share this and go ahead and share this with you guys, because I think a lot of you guys probably want it. So I'm going to do this. And for those of you who are new in here, what we have the ability to do is share iScans with people just by giving them a cloud link. So what I'm going to do is click save and share to cloud and save and share. All right, and now I'm going to copy all. What I'm doing, copying that code right there. Now it's on my clipboard. I'm going to take it to the chat window, and I'm going to call it Getting Tired with a question mark. And there is the code. All right. Now we're going to convert this to an A window, and then I'll share that one with you as well. All right, so what we're going to do is right click, and we are going to use the collaboration feature. Look for collaborate. All right, and there is kind of the long code. It's our kind of legacy old code that we've been using. This is what we use for collaboration now. So we're going to copy all. We're copying from here. And now, remember how I told you can launch everything from the new tab? We're going to go to new. Oh, sorry, I got my focus off. Go to alert window. We're going to convert this into an alert window. And you can just click OK, because we're going to convert it. And we're going to right click, collaborate, find that collaborate word again. And now what we're doing, we're pasting. We're pasting all. Okay. Let me make these big again. Get some nice, you guys can see them. Okay, so we just collaborated. So here's what happens when you do a collaboration from a T window to an A window. Okay, all it does is bring over the filters. Okay, so when I go in here and look at the configuration, you're going to see something that's called a heartbeat, and there it is. Okay, and once again, this is kind of archaic. This is a feature we used before we had top list. Okay, so it just goes out. What this heartbeat does is exactly what it looks like it does or sounds like it does. It just goes out and heartbeats. It pings the market, and it finds these filter sets, and then it puts it into an alert form. Okay, but we want to take it off that, because this only pings the market like every 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. So we want to turn this into a normal alert. And in this case, since we're looking to short weakness, we're going to turn it into a new low. Stock's hitting a new low. The way we do that, just go to search function, and there's a new low. If it wasn't in there, I could just type it new low, and it would appear. We're going to click on it and add alert, and we're going to take it off the heartbeat, and we're going to put it on the new low. Okay, so now we've added a new low alert to this this configuration. All right, pull it up. Okay, okay. And now I need to go in here and just add type, so you guys will see it is a new low. So I'm going to go over here to columns and put type over here. And I'm also going to add a time, so we can see the time. And we'll zoom this out. And I like to put my type over here on the far left, and then put my time next to it. Doesn't need to be that big. I don't need to see every single second. All right, there you have it. We just converted this Getting Tired T window into a Getting Tired A window. All right, so now let's do this. We're going to go look at the history and see when these things were coming through, and see if we could have had some opportunity today. It's going to put it on today. You can see it's loading everything. And when you get these words more available, what that means is there's more available. So in other words, there were so many things coming through here that our, let me turn this a little bit tighter there, that our servers could not give you everything. If I scroll down, you're going to see the time is 11:10. Okay, So there's a lot of data still in here. Okay, all I need to do to see that is just go back into history and click on more, and it will start again where it left off and start showing me a lot more. So there was a lot of stocks today I'm seeing that had weakness, that had a huge move. So sellers may be coming into the market. Let's take a look. I don't like to go at the very first part of the market. I'm one of those traders that like to spend the first 20 minutes maybe observing what's going on, taking a look at the market. So let's go to about 850 and we'll start looking at some of these and see if there were some opportunity today. Now, not all of them are going to be opportunities. Some of them are going to look like this, where didn't, of course, I would probably want it to take out that low. I'm not sure it did. Let's take a look at yesterday's low was 78 cents. Today's low, well, it took it out by 3 cents. So that one probably wouldn't have worked. And there's another one that probably wouldn't have worked. Let's go, but let's remember the market in the first 20 minutes, guys, was moving higher. Let's take a look at the SPYs. What did we have this morning? I'm not so sure I wanted to short this early in the morning when the SPYs opened up this morning. You can see for the first basically 15, 30, hour and a half, yeah, we were moving higher. So let's go to about 9 o'clock. And another thing too is energy stocks were coming through here today, but energy, and this is, I want to bring this up, okay, because there's so many variables when it comes to trading stocks. And today, if I saw energy stocks coming through something like this, I wouldn't touch them. And you're asking why? If your pattern was being met, why wouldn't you touch them? Well, the main reason is if I take a look at my sector analysis, okay, what's the very top? Up 5.6%. OIHs, energy was strong. USO was up today. So a lot of energy stocks were doing well. So this is the kind of stuff I'd look at if I'm looking to maybe take a position. So if I saw energy stocks coming through here, I'd probably just ignore them. If I clicked on them and it had, you know, energy, I'd probably let them go. There's one that would have worked for, well, actually that alert would have worked for a little bit. There's one that really didn't work, but look, another one was airlines. Airlines was really strong today, okay? I probably wouldn't have shorted that. There's one that was pretty decent this morning, came out as it took out that low, all right? Had some nice little alpha there for about, you know, 25, 30 cents before bouncing back. Also could be a possible swing trade. Nice bar reversal. Now this is one where, you know, you can see it's up, it's meeting the parameters. 20 days, it's up 30%, and you can see the last 5 days, it's actually up as well, but still would have, there's your alert right there. So you still could have benefited from that one as well. A few more here, and then we'll take a look. I'll share this one with you. That one is setting up. Nothing really happened today though, just kind of went sideways. Once again, a lot of these probably didn't work today because there's that PD that came through. That was a nice one. Look at that beauty right there. Kind of rolled over and very nice alpha on that one. Nice one right there. Although by the time you got that alert, and it would have, see, probably went over that one. That would have came out sooner. That would have came out as soon as it broke down through that low. I'm not sure. Yeah, I probably just missed it. It's easy to do when you got this many alerts coming through. Trying to see, I'm probably clicking the same ones over and over, trying to see some new ones that have came out. There's that huge. I think that was a good mover. Beautiful one right there, but gosh, that's ugly. Ugh. You see it coming through a lot too. There you go, beautiful one right there. Got the alert when it took out that low. Okay, put this on a 5-minute chart, maybe you can see it a little bit better. Zoom in. And yeah, the alert should have come out somewhere in here somewhere. I wonder why that's not showing me the signal. But you can see it's 810. 810 right there. And wow, that would have been way up. Goodness gracious, where was that thing? Did I miss this? Oh, I didn't scroll back far enough. Yeah, beautiful one right there. Look at that thing. Went all the way down to $7. So great one right there. Beautiful. Another beautiful one. You got alerted way up here. So guys, you're seeing the benefit from this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this one, and then I'm going to come back because I haven't been keeping up with the questions panel. There's probably a few questions out there. But guys, this is the kind of stuff that you can do with this software to find opportunity. It's always best to be prepared when you're coming into an overall market. A lot of times, a lot of people are coming in thinking, "Oh man, it's a strong market. I'm gonna kill it to the upside." And when in reality, there was a lot of opportunity to the downside in these bought trades. So let me put this on real time, guys, and you can play around with it and go look at some other stuff that came through there. Another pretty good one right there. Let me put it back on real time. And I will share this. And you know what? Let me rename it so you don't have the same name. I'll just call it Getting Tired Alert. All right. Save and share to cloud. Save and share. Copy all. And once again, guys, just thinking in your head, I was going to call it alert. You guys know what it is. Just putting some ideas in your head of a chart that you might look forward to. And listen, if these things, I mean, you can take this and reverse it as well. Now, it's probably not doing a whole lot right now because the market's so overbought, but let's say we get a few days of pullback, maybe you can take this alert and or top list, whatever you want to do, and reverse it, okay, to find opportunity to the upside. Easy to do. All you have to do is duplicate the window, okay, go into configuration, hit the old flip button, and now everything has been flipped upside down, and now you got stocks that NG today, this look just the opposite. Look at that beauty. Sold off, and now you just reverse, took out yesterday that high, you got the signal, boom, nice little trade right there. So kind of for those of you guys who like to play, kind of overbought, oversold, maybe mean reversion, maybe reversal patterns, this could be a very nifty little alert for you, or topless if you want to use it in that form. All right, Jamie, well, I've just been chattering away. Is anything I need to hit on as far as questions go?
Well, I think I've got them pretty covered, down to Aaron's question about auto trading on his premium subscription there, and then we just had some other ones filter in there.
Okay.
Which is, yeah, I'd be more than happy to answer that, or you can do it, whichever way you think is best.
Let's see, how can I set up auto trading does? I don't know if are you talking about setting up the AI, or are you talking about setting up your own strategies, Aaron? The AI? You know what? Go to info. Michael just did a really great video today. He redid the video.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
Yep. So send an email to info@trade-ideas.com, and you can just copy and paste what you wrote in here, but be sure you want it for AI, and just send it to info@trade-ideas.com. Scott will have a slide up at the end of the show to where to send an email. But okay, what is the horizontal red line in NG chart? Great question. Great question. That comes from William. What happens anytime you're using a new high filter? Remember, this was after I did the flip this, and then it turned the new low to a new high. Okay, anytime you do a new high, it shows you your next level of resistance. Okay, so you can see that's and what it uses the next high candle. Okay, so just anytime, but you have to be using a new high alert. Can we just see how Hollywood suggests trades from the opening? Am I missing something here? It's not getting all that question from the opening bell. Well, Holly's going to spit them out in real time, Robert. Okay, you're going to get, yeah, Jamie just answered in that. Everything's going to be in real time. So, and sometimes, you know, they start about 5 minutes into the open. Sometimes they may not start till maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but with the new Neo, you usually get them pretty early. Yes, you can set alerts in Holly, audio alerts. They won't be. Holly doesn't have like aggressive buys versus, you know, passive buys or anything like that. I mean, it's alerts in real time, so you have to decide which ones to take, but you can set audio alerts for it. The web runs on the same servers as our desktop app. So everything is, when you say how accurate, I don't know if you mean speed wise. You get the alerts in the web real time, just like you do in the downloadable app. And with that said, let's see, is there any predefined alerts like how it's shown now in the demos? Yes, we got lots of predefined alerts, okay? Our best ones are in the Traders Vault. If you look at the Traders, find the key, and we have about 34 alerts in there for you, okay? Some really good ones. So take a look in there. And now, you said now shown in the, I think you mean not shown in the demos. I don't think you're going to get, I'm not sure, I don't think you get Traders Vault in the demos. I may be wrong, but yeah, the difference between 2.0 and Neo is going to be more volatile trades. It's going to trade news items, stocks that are doing volume, a lot of times gapping up. So they're going to be more volatile. Whereas, you know, Holly's more just kind of standard technical configurations. You're welcome. Great crowd today, great crowd, and glad I was able to showcase how you just picture a chart in your head, guys, how you can just kind of start building it with all of our mini filters that we have. So give it a shot on your own. You'll be amazed what you can come up with. All right, guys, we are getting closer to the top of the hour. I'm going to have Scott come in here and walk us out. Thank you so much for your attendance, and have a great weekend. All right, Scott.
Hey, thanks, Andy and Jamie. Yeah, on the way out, a couple items. We have a daily support session. Make sure that you bookmark that location. trade-ideas.com/live will take you to the page that you can bookmark. It's on our YouTube channel. Every day at 12 Eastern, we answer your questions. Just show up. You got a new ebook that we released not too long ago. If you don't have it yet, go grab it. trade-ideas.com/earnings. It's got some great earnings plays for you guys to assimilate into your trading regimen. Also some cloud links so you can add some of the scans that Dave talks about in the ebook to your layouts. It's free. It's very informative. It'll give you some ideas to do each earnings season. There's a podcast. Trade Ideas Podcast is what you should search for in your favorite app that you listen to your pods on, and add that to your subscription list. Check out some of the recent back issues. It's got some good interviews with Sean, and we'll be releasing more of them soon. And when you add us as a subscription, you'll be ready to catch the next one. Holly June is a code, and it's good this month. All caps, because it is case sensitive. And that lets you save 15% off your first month or year of Trade Ideas subscription, or an upgrade to premium. So jot that down, and if you decide to subscribe today, just use it. You can follow Jamie on Twitter at QuantBot Our Steve Gomez is at Today Trader. We've also got at Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas Pro is the Facebook handle to follow and share everything we post with your friends. And info@trade-ideas.com is the best email to send any questions to. It goes into our help desk software. All right, so we recorded this. We'll have the recording up later on, and you get an email reminder tomorrow about how to find it. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend again.
Yep. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.